Hey everybody, it is Thursday, December 7th, and it's the 12 noon Zoom, that being 12 noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. But today we're talking about being a vendor or posting in a group on Facebook or on some other social media channel. You can use the tips that we're about to share on any social media channel. That could be Alignable, Telegram, WhatsApp, any kind of a group that you're in where you want to share information in a private group. We have a couple of tools to make things a little bit easier. Number one, everyone has their very own Facebook VIP group available that they can use. So let me go ahead and show you your Facebook VIP group real quickly, just to make it really simple to show everybody what that looks like. We have actually a training group. Everybody's group really is called just about the same thing. I know a couple people have different names, but Healthy Candy with, and then the name, your first name is usually what the group is. And if you want to find it, it's on the front page of your website. Your website would be your first name, might be your last initial, but it's your first name .healthydnacandy.com. So for instance, if I'm using Mary Frost as an example, which would make the most sense since she's here, I can ask her some questions. I can show you some stuff. This is our basic group. I have a training group for us all so that everybody can see what the groups look like. All the posts that we've created are in here. So you can kind of scroll down and look at posts. And you can even use these posts. You can copy them and paste them into something else. So for instance, for Mary, Mary's is a different name. Let me find Healthy Candy with, here's Healthy Candy with Melvin. It's another group. You just want to invite people to your private VIP group. So step number one in tools is your VIP group, which has your posts in here that you can copy and paste other places. Number two, what we have, let me see here. Hold on just a second. Number two, what we have is a checklist. And the checklist, let's see here, find the checklist. Oh, I just had our checklist here. Our checklist is a vendor group checklist to help you remember everything so that you won't forget to include something when you're in a group. And that's the vendor event checklist. You can modify it. You don't have to do everything that's on here. It's just every possible thing that we figured was helpful to remember when you're doing a vendor event. The way I use this is I fill out everything here at the top for every vendor event that I do. And I start at the top of the checklist and I just go all the way down. And then I have a daily checklist and an end of event checklist. I just use this to jog my memory so I don't forget something that I want to accomplish. So tool number two would be the checklist. Number three would be SynthShare. So SynthShare, I've shown you guys before. This is actually where all of the posts live that I put into your VIP group. So if you have a SynthShare account of your own, you can actually get all of the folders that I have available that I've made into individual parties or individual folders and party posts so that you can post directly into an event from all of these posts. They're already created. All you do is you copy this group and paste it directly into your own SynthShare folder, which allows you to then modify anything that you want to modify in here. Like if my name is in here and you want to take my name out, or you want to put your link in, or you want to reword something, you can actually click on the post itself and click the pencil and edit the post, and then send out the post directly into whatever group you're in. Now, learning how to use SynthShare, I will tell you, I'm not a SynthShare expert. So there are actually great tutorials on YouTube on how to use that tool. And I would recommend using that using YouTube's because I truly have had to figure out how to do it that way. It's been really effective for me to learn how to use SendShare through YouTube and through trial and error. So you might have a dummy group that you play with, that you post things into, and then a live group that you use. So when you're doing a vendor event. Now, the only other thing that I think is really important, and Cherie was asking me about it today, is the sample letter, which is the letter that goes out when you send out samples. So it's just a straight form letter. And I'm going to look this up here real quick. This sample letter is just a pre-written letter. Now, you could always write your own letter, create your own. That's totally fine. You know, just use the one that we have as a kind of a model, and then create your own form letter that you have, which you could do for any of these things. We just want to give you something to make it easier as a jumping off point. But here we have the form letter, which is before you try healthy candy, watch this video, and then frequently asked questions about DNA candy, all of this information here. This document you can just print out directly, and you can mail it with samples or physically give it to somebody with samples when you meet them, so that they understand a little bit more about the candy. So that is available to you too. I'll make sure that link is in the place where I put all of the links from today. The only other thing that we like to share is we like to share using Pirate Ship for shipping. Now, I had told you guys that I was going to try to send out the samples in red envelopes. Do you guys remember me talking about red envelopes? So, would you like to see the results of that experiment? It's not good.
Yes,
Almost
I remember talking about.
Almost every single one of them came back. See that? I have more all around. This is just some of them. Required additional postage, return to sender. I mean, it was just terrible. So this is in my opinion, I would call this a big fail. And I would say going back to using the other method, which is to mail out samples, which I know costs about $3 to mail out samples. I think that's the way that I'm going to go as far as mailing out samples now, because I'd rather mail out something to someone who really wants it for $3 and know it gets to them than mail it out, have it come back, or have it come postage due and have the person be unhappy. So that's, I've tried the experiment now twice. I think this is the best way to go, is to mail them out. And but I would love to hear your experiences, because you guys might have a different experience than me, and that's, we're all about trying to figure out the best way to do this, right? So that's what we're trying to figure out. Okay, so those were all the things that I could think of. The VIP group, getting things from that, the checklist, SendShare, which has all the posts in it. Now, I do want to show you guys something really fundamental in how I do a party, okay? And I know everyone has their own style, so do whatever you wish. I'm just going to show you what's worked for me personally, okay? This is my personal experience that has been absolutely duplicatable and has worked amazingly well again and 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 again. So let me show you what that is. I'm going to go right up here to, let's see here. I'm going to go right up here directly to SendShare, because this is the place where I can show you the most easily what I've done. Okay. When I join a vendor event and they tell me you have 3 posts per day for 5 days, let's say that's the format. Some groups that you join are going to be 5 posts a day for 7 days, or 2 posts a day for 6 days, or 3 posts a day for a month. Every group is going to have a different frequency, and that would be what that's called. number of posts per day per number of days. That's called frequency. So every group is going to have a different frequency. The first thing I recommend that you do, and this is very manual, old school, the first thing I'm going to recommend that you do is take a piece of paper and actually make a graph so that you can say the days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I draw lines across the sheet and how many posts per day. You guys do it that way? Mary, do you do it this way? Do you draw it out? No? Okay. So what I do is I draw it out. I don't know if you can see that here. Let's see here. What I do is I draw it out so that I know that I have, let's see here, it would go across like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday down, and then across 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I do is I make sure that all of my first posts of the day, second and third and fourth, are all at identical same time. So if my first post of the day is at 6 a.m. or 6:05 a.m., every single first post of the day is at 6:05 a.m. Every second post, do you follow what I'm saying? Each one is the same exact time of day. Okay. Now, when I started using SynShare, my life got a whole lot easier because I can use that to actually figure out when the posts are. But I still want to make sure that I get all my posts, because one of the things that I like to do with SynShare is I like to do the bulk posting per day. So I like to do all day 1 posts in a bulk post, and all day 2 in a bulk post, and such that way. Does that make sense? You guys do it that way too, Mary? Yeah? Cool. Okay. So when I go back over here, what I normally will do is I will go to what I call a party format. And if you're in the new VIP group section here, you can see that there are lots of posts. But I've also shared with you guys some parties. I have a relax, a norm, and a power party. Power is my favorite one to do. So I would open up the power party. There are over 40 posts, which is way more than I could use in any one party. So it gives me some variety. Do you know what is never variety for me? Never, ever, ever, ever variety for me? My first 2 posts. Post number 1, other than your, all right, so first usually is an introduction post in a lot of groups. So I'm not counting that. I'm just saying my first open post. Always, always, which is your favorite fruit flavor? So this is always the first post. When someone responds what their favorite fruit flavor is, I have an automatic, oh, this is another thing to share with you guys. I have an automatic response to the answers. What is your favorite fruit flavor? I give them an automatic fruit flavor response. So if I post this and Cherie says, my favorite fruit flavor is banana, and Mary says, mine is apple, then I'm going to go into the comments under where they've answered the question, and I'm going to respond. Let me show you the responses that I have, because they're already pre-written, and they're called fruit flavor. I say, when Mary says my favorite flavor is apple, I say, you're so right. That's a yummy flavor. And then I go down to apple and I post this. Apple is for blood glucose levels and metabolism. And when Cherie says banana, I say, you're so right. I love banana. Banana is for relaxation, sleep, anxiety. Okay, so every single person who answers, and if they answer with all of them, I love all of them, then I put that in. And then look at this. After I put in whatever their favorite fruit flavor is, I also include, I'd love to send you free samples. Message me if you'd like a try and taste. Sometimes I will add on to the bottom of that. Let me show you here. It's a message which says, please join my VIP group and I'll send you a free sample. I have to look in here and find it. But the whole idea, okay, is that I want to tell them they've made a good choice. Whatever fruit flavor they've chosen is a good choice. What that choice corresponds to in our lineup of products. Get a free sample and please join my VIP group. That's how I respond. Because when they answer my question, what's your favorite fruit flavor? That's open season for me to answer them and ask them to please join my group. So, what's your favorite fruit flavor? Awesome. Lemon, fabulous. That's for testosterone. And if you're a woman, that could mean that you're in menopause and you want to balance your hormones. That's awesome. I take Power Lemon every day. So that's really a great lead in. Now, what's my second post every single time, Mary? Mary knows. Boom.
Right there, health benefits.
That's exactly right. And Mary, what do I always talk about that I do when they answer me, which health benefit?
You're doing the same thing, pretty much telling them what it's about and inviting them for free samples into your VIP group.
100%.
Same thing.
Apparently I preach it loud and strong, don't I? Health benefits. Yeah. Awesome for feeling great every day. Oh, you chose A, Power Lemon. That's for this, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to send you a free sample, try and taste, right? So what have you found to be the solution when we do it that way? It increases the number of samples you send out. It increases the understanding about our products. It increases the number of people in your VIP, samples, and understanding. So it's education and getting samples out and building your VIP group, boom, all at the same time. If I don't post anything else, that's what I post. Now, my follow-up posts to that, just to share with you guys, and then we're done. My follow-up posts to those first two posts are these posts, which are also in the group. Make this a little smaller because I made it nice and big so we could see it. Are these it's actually under the new VIP group under products. Is that where it is? Nope, I take that back. It is under post event right here. What I have is I have a single post for every single product. I have a single post for every single product. So they answer A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, but every single post after that, I have one for A. I have one for B, which is grow. And each one of these posts talk about the product in full detail. The graphic corresponds back to what the product is. And there's a format. So when you read these posts, you'll see the format. It's identical for all of them. Who do you know who has, and in this case, it's low energy. Did you say C was your favorite choice? That's energy and endurance. Benefits of GTS for energy and endurance, pineapple flavor. And then all the ingredients, the price, and then some testimonials are down below. Every single one of the products that are listed here has an individual post corresponding with it. I'm going to tell you this formula, I don't change it, even if I'm in the same group 100 times. Because I want to educate the same people. Only other posts that I do are, hey, I offer free samples, and hey, join my VIP group. That's it. So that's the story. And if anybody has any more questions about that, we're going to be getting together just like we have today on Thursdays, talking about being a vendor in online vendor groups. So I want to thank you guys. I'm going to turn off the recording.